Welcome back to another episode of Hi Neighbor. I'm Laird Davis.
And I'm Ned Moultrie. On today's episode, we're looking at App State students from around the world.
Here on campus, we have a lot of resources to help students from other countries and cultures adapt to life in the Boone community.
We'll be taking a deep dive into the INTAPP organization and some of the international students they've helped settle in.
All of that and more as we discover new opportunities and experiences on campus. Join us as we say,
Hi, neighbor.
INTAPP is the international organization here on campus that provides study abroad opportunities, promotes international recruitment at App, and offers another place for international students to feel at home here in Boone. I'm here with the president of INTAPP, Alexa Dudash. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about INTAPP and what their function is. What do you guys do?
So basically, INTAPP's here on campus to make sure that we make international students feel more comfortable. And then we do that by airport pickup, international orientation, different events throughout campus. We also work with OID to help send more people abroad. And then we also try and internationalize the campus, so kind of just make everybody on campus more global citizens.
So you mentioned events just now. What sort of events do you host? Are they more like cultural events, or could you describe a few of those?
Yeah, we do a couple big events throughout the semester. This semester we have International Education Week coming up, so that's always kind of a busy time. We do Culture Crawl and Global Perspectives panel. So Culture Crawl, we invite a bunch of different groups to come in, and they'll do like dances or comedy or anything that represents their culture and who they are, and we'll have kind of different cultural food, all of that sort of stuff. Global Perspectives panel will invite a bunch of international students, and they are all in a panel in the front of the room, and we ask them questions. It could be anything, like what is your favorite food from your hometown, or what's your favorite thing been here, and then we open up to the audience and let them ask the international students questions just to kind of get a new perspective on how they're thinking. And then we also hold a Coffee Buzz 5K in the spring that all the money raised goes towards a scholarship that we have for studying abroad.
All right. And so you do a lot for students who come here to App to make them feel at home, both in the events and how you interact with them. So like, what are some of the things that you would do, for instance, for a new student who has just arrived here at App State?
So as soon as they arrive in the Charlotte airport, and we go and pick them up at the Charlotte airport. We have a sign for them with their name on it. We have a big smiley face on, make them feel welcome. And then we'll hang out at the airport with them that night. And then the next morning we'll wake up at the airport, eat some breakfast, then come back. And we have a 3-day orientation for them, which is pretty nice because it's just for international students, so it's not that big, overwhelming freshman orientation. It's just the international students and INTAPP and OID, so it's more just comfortable and getting them welcomed.
What made you first decide to get involved at INTAPP?
So over the summer at work, we worked with different international students. We had 4 to 5 international students come every summer, and they were from all over the place, and I just loved hearing their perspective on kind of everything around us, and I love to get to know them. So then my freshman year, first semester, went to Club Expo, had no idea what I was looking for, found INTAPP, and they pretty much described everything that I loved about all the perspectives from the international students back home, and I wanted to get involved, so I was involved. And then I was a general member my first 2 years, and then social committee chair last year, and now I'm president.
You've come a long way.
Yes, I have.
So in being involved over the past 4 years, what would you say has been the most rewarding experience that you've had as part of INTAPP?
Oh gosh, I have to think about that.
We can come back to that if you'd like.
Last year I was involved in international orientation, and I talked about this on one of our promo videos too for INTAPP, and we take them to just different events after the busy orientation part of the day is over, and we took them to a basketball game. This was last semester, and everybody, they were talking about standing for the national anthem, and all the international students were just like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And it's okay, like just stand up, remove your hat, hand over your heart, you're good. And they were just so excited by that experience and so excited to be here. And that was it was probably only their second day in the United States, and that was just the fact that we were able to help them feel comfortable enough to be there and just be so excited about that opportunity really was awesome. And anytime INTAPP like gets stressful or there's a lot to do, I just kind of think back to that and think that we're helping make those experiences possible and them feel comfortable and excited. So yeah.
That's wonderful. And when it comes to people who are going from App State to other organizations, I had the opportunity, for instance, to study abroad 2 years ago, and it was fantastic. I had a great time, but it was also a really daunting thing to first sort of dive into.
Yes.
What do you do for students who are interested in studying abroad?
Yeah, so one of the main things we do is we send INTAPP members to first-year study classes and different language classes, and we give presentations on studying abroad. And what's kind of helpful about that is it's a student talking to another student, so you kind of get the feel of like, okay, it's not that scary. It's not just like someone in an office telling me that it's possible. It really is possible. And also most of INTAPP members have studied abroad, so they can give their perspective on it and really like show that, okay, it is possible. It's not that scary. And I think having a student talking to a student in those first year classes is really helpful.
So for those people who maybe studied abroad, maybe want to interact more with international students, or just really like what you're about and are interested in getting involved, where can they go to learn more?
We have a page on AppSync. We have a website just like intapp.appstate.edu. We have all our information on there. We have Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of stuff with all our events going on. We just had our recruitment. We just got 12 new members, which is awesome, and we'll be welcoming them in on Sunday. And then we'll be having a recruitment, if not in the spring, in fall, that we welcome anybody who'd like to join us. So.
Well, Alexa, thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Coming up, we take a further look at INTAPP as we attend one of their meetings and meet some dedicated members.
We meet every Thursday for INTAPP, and when we meet, we usually discuss things as a group first. So we usually talk about like big events that are going on, or for example, this past week was recruitment, so we've been talking a lot about that and the process that goes in it. And then after we talk as a big group, then we split into our committees, and we have social, outreach, business, and PR. And so we talk within our committees and talk about what we each specifically have to do, and then we join back together and discuss what we discussed in our committees. I wanted to join because when I was growing up, I was in a military family, and I had the chance to live in Japan. It was a really good opportunity for me to be abroad, and it kind of opened up my horizons and made me realize that I was really interested in learning about different cultures. So when I learned about INTAPP, I thought it was a really great fit for me. You know, I'd be able to learn about different cultures, meet different people, and help teach the rest of the campus as well about cultural diversity. My personal favorite part is meeting all the international students. My favorite thing that we've done so far was the international airport pickup. So we all went to Charlotte, and we spent the entire day picking up all the international students, and I got to meet every single one, and it's just really awesome being able to get to know them as, you know, individuals.
I had a very hard time when I came here, but when I came here first, I was introduced to a few members from INTAPP, and which really was helpful because I could contact them anytime I want. And what happened is, like, first I came from a country where like we don't depend on anyone and we don't trust. But like when I seek help, they're just there.
I think it's a really unique part of our university. I think we're really friendly towards international students compared to other schools. I think it's a really great aspect. I'm really looking forward to Culture Crawl. It's one of our actually biggest event that we do during the entire school year. It's a giant campus-wide event, and you know, there'll be a lot of diversity and a lot of chances to witness things from different cultures, and just a really great way to meet people.
Hi, I'm Ned Mulcher here with Hi Neighbor, and I have two international students with me today. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having
Welcome
me.
to Boone.
Thanks for
Welcome
having
to
us.
Boone. Of course, of course. So I just got to get to it real quick. Where are you guys from, and how long have you been at App State?
So I'm from Belgium, so country of the waffles and the chocolate and beer.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I've been here for, I guess, almost 2 months now. So yeah,
How-
2 more months, and then I'll have to head back home.
How would you compare the waffles from Belgium to here? Any big?
Yeah, they're quite different.
Quite different.
So we have like a lot of different kinds of waffles in Belgium, and I like them more in Belgium. Yeah, they're really thin here.
Thin. Okay. Well, you know, Boone's is a very unique place, a lot of sun. So if I could ask, what was your first impression kind of when you got boots on ground for the first time here? What did you first think of Boone, North Carolina?
For me, it was the mountains, I guess, because when we arrived, we went by the bus, driving down this highway, and I really enjoyed the mountains.
Beautiful.
And the second impression was my dorm. So that was just like in the movies, I feel like. Yeah.
Like a tight space.
Yeah.
Well, probably wanted some more room. Like,
Yeah, but for now it's okay. I pretty much enjoy it.
you make it work. You learn ways. So I've just kind of wondered, how did y'all discover INTAPP?
Well, and that was just the people who like picked us up from the airport and gave us information about the school. So I guess INTAPP kind of came to us, and yeah.
Yeah, first we had this Facebook group where we could like ask questions and they helped us out, and that was quite nice to have.
So they just kind of gave you kind of almost like a security blanket, just kind of made you comfortable, showed you a little bit of the ropes, and then just kind of
Also know what to expect before
Yeah.
coming. That was good.
So how has the organization, what are some examples of how they've kind of helped you settle in at Boone?
Well, for me, so they were supposed to pick us up from the airport, but I kind of missed my plane, so I got to the airport.
That'll do it.
Once I got here, they really helped me like settle in my dorm and showing me the campus and giving tours and just showing where everything is, and yeah, it helped a lot in the beginning.
I'm sure that was nerve-wracking. Missing the flight?
Yeah, it was awful. But I wasn't alone. I have another friend who's also from Belgium, came here. So yeah, but it was a rough night.
I can only imagine. I mean, it worked out, clearly. You're here now.
Yeah,
You're here now.
I made it.
So obviously you guys are studying abroad. Would you recommend Appalachian to any of your friends, family back home by any chance?
I would definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's kind of, you have like this thing where you see on TV from America. It's like exactly how it is on TV, so I love that.
Yeah. For example, the football games are kind of cliche and how it's like in the movies. Also the dorm life.
Yeah.
I like how social it is to meet all those people, and I really enjoy that.
So it just literally was almost kind of what you've seen on TV. That's literally.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
agree.
actually expect to be this similar to what we see on TV.
I'm so sorry.
Exactly. No, it's amazing. It's great. I love it.
That is America, baby. That's what they say. What advice would you give to people who would possibly study abroad at App State in the future?
Don't miss your plane.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I guess just.
Yeah, I guess I would recommend just reach out, even if you're not sure. Just reach out, get to know some people, to get some information, ask people about their experience, and then just try it out. So, if you're not sure, just reach out to some people and get some information.
So it's not really as scary as a leap of faith as what it kind of seems.
Really,
It's just kind
for
of.
me.
You're a daredevil though.
I guess.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for being in
Thanks
studio
for having
with me,
us.
of course. And coming up, we continue to meet more friendly faces in Boone on this week's segments of Meet Your Neighbor.
Hi neighbor, my name is Sydney Moschetti. I'm the secretary of INTAPP, and my favorite thing about Boone is the people. Roll Nears!
That's it for this week's episode.
Thank you for joining us and learning about INTAPP and a couple of international mountaineer experiences.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at watchapptv.com and check out your YouTube channel, AppTV, for more content.
Until next time.
Bye, neighbor.